That's a foregone conclusion. Like Israel, for all intents and purposes, controls Masjid al-Aqsa. Jordan is supposed to be the custodian of Masjid al-Aqsa, but it's just a symbolic thing because if you can't control who can come in and go out of Masjid al-Aqsa, you have the IDF always encroaching and brutalizing Palestinians in Masjid al-Aqsa. You have Jewish settlers coming in and violating the masjid. So what kind of control, what kind of custodians are you actually? And I've mentioned this in the past. The future plan for Masjid al-Aqsa is to just turn it into like the Abrahamic house. So within the UAE, within Dubai, you have the Abrahamic house. And Donald Trump actually was visiting with MBZ. MBZ was giving him a tour and took him to the synagogue of this complex, the Abrahamic faith complex. And you have a church, you have a synagogue, and you have a masjid. And they all look the same. They're all in this cube structure, 3 buildings in this compound. And this is the Abrahamic faith. You know, we're all believers. We're all believers and followers of the faith of Ibrahim. So Donald Trump was literally visiting. This is the vision that they have for Masjid al-Aqsa. They want to turn Masjid al-Aqsa into a Abrahamic faith compound where you'll have a place for the Christians, you'll have a place for the Jews, and you'll have a place for the Muslims, a masjid for the Muslims. After bulldozing and tearing down the old structures, then you're going to build the new structures. And there's going to be plenty of Madkhali scholars who'd say, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's nothing in Islam that says that can't be shared. That space can't be shared with the Jews and the Christians. There's nothing in Islam that says, in fact, there are many hadith that says, do not prohibit the Jews and the Christians from worshiping in their temples. There's plenty of, all of these arguments are being prepared as we speak so that the Madkhalis will justify, these Madkhali Wahhabis will justify the construction of a temple in Masjid al-Aqsa. And you should understand that ultimately this is a stepping stone to the final plan. The final plan, which is to only have the temple, the third temple, which is very significant within Jewish eschatology, that the building of the temple, the construction of the third temple is going to be the harbinger of the Messiah. The Jewish Messiah will come. Some Jews differ. They say that the Messiah will come first, then the temple. Others say, no, the temple has to be established first, then the Messiah will come. That's the ultimate plan, is to demolish Masjid al-Aqsa and to build the third temple. But they have to have a stepping stone because it would be too outrageous. There would be too much backlash, and it becomes a security threat if you just go in and demolish. Even though they could do that tomorrow. They could do that today. They can bomb Masjid al-Aqsa and level it and then build their third temple. They could do that, but it'd just be too much backlash. In reality, their Gulf partner, like they're not secure enough. They haven't controlled their neighbors in the Gulf, in Jordan, in Syria. They haven't controlled enough to be able to make that into a secure move. So you have to have a stepping stone to that final move. And the stepping stone is to have an Abrahamic house, not only Masjid al-Aqsa, but also a synagogue and a church. Once that becomes normalized, then after a few years or a decade, then you level the rest of it. And you just have the temple. The third temple on what they claim is their land that God promised to them and promised to Abraham.